All right, welcome back, y'all. I was working on another story for tonight, and I came across something on my timeline that I had to drop what I was doing and talk about it, because I still think, all right, and I still advocate that teaching in America, in this country, is probably the most underserved job that you can have here in the States. And I mean it. I absolutely mean it. I think teachers that take up that mantle and take on that responsibility here in the States, I think that they should get paid top dollar. You know, I know that we tend to look at our educators in this country as, for whatever reason, the stigma around educators isn't very high, right? For some reason, we all don't regard teachers in this country as some of the most patient, some of the most problem solving, some of the most understanding. For whatever reason, we just don't look at these people as a necessity, but they absolutely are in this country. And so I don't know how many times we've come across, or I've come across, a case this year, between this year and last year, and it keeps happening more and more, where students are actually attacking teachers, violently attacking teachers in this country. But it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Listen, I can't tell you how it would feel as a son, me, if my mom, who was a teacher, who used to be a teacher, that was one of her many, many hats that she wore. She was a teacher in this lifetime. She taught arts and crafts. My mom taught a lot of stuff, right? But I can't imagine hearing that my mother has been attacked as a teacher and what my response would be as her son, a grown adult. But look, this story that I got for you right now, it's really heartbreaking, and I hope that we can do something about it to be better here in this country and put some more respect on teachers' names. But let's get into it.
On Thursday, August 15th, during lunch, I heard our behavioral teacher call on the radio to administrators for assistance. When I arrived, the teacher and students were outside the classroom. One student was holding his head, having been assaulted by the student remaining in the classroom. I entered where the student was still irate and found the room ransacked with overturned furniture. I knew I had to be as calm as possible, and I spoke lowly and slowly so as not to enrage him any further. He picked up a chair and acted as if he would throw it. He finally did throw it at me, but I caught it midair. He picked up another chair to throw at me when another assistant principal entered the room. I used the first chair to block the second. He picked up a third and threw it at the other assistant principal, and I used that initial chair to block the one that he threw at her. After blocking the chair thrown at the other assistant principal, he threw a wooden hanger at me, but I couldn't stop it fast enough. The hanger hit me in my right eye and knocked it out of the socket. I grabbed my face while blood was pouring out of my head and stumbled out of the classroom door. The nurse and 911 were called. I asked for my cell phone to call my husband to come get me, not realizing the extent of the damage. When paramedics arrived, they determined I would need to be airlifted to Parkland Medical Center in Dallas. I underwent surgery as soon as possible, and doctors were able to reinsert my eye. However, they determined I had been blinded and currently believe that my damage is permanent. I will have to have an additional surgery to repair my eyelid because doctors are believing, I'm so sorry. I underwent surgery as soon as possible, and doctors were able to reinsert my eye. However, they determined that I've been blinded, and they currently believe that my damage is permanent. I will have to have an additional surgery to repair my eyelid, and because doctors are believing my blindness to be permanent, removing my eye may have to be an option. I'm still believing God for a miracle for restoration of my sight. My teaching career began here in Corsicana. This tragedy affected not just my husband, my children, my grandchild, my family, and my friends, but it has also negatively affected my school, my district, and my community. Because of the numerous districts in which my husband and I have worked and the thousands of students I've taught, the impact of my injury, it's far-reaching. Chapter 37 of our Texas Education Code, which was originally created in 1995 to help protect our marginalized students, with regard to how students are disciplined, may need to be reevaluated so that no paraprofessional, no teacher, or principal, simply put, no educator, should ever be put in this situation. I fully understand education laws and the need for students to be educated with their peers. Chapter 37 may need to incorporate changes to address the mental, social, and emotional well-being of these students. As educators, we care about our students and their safety, but we must also care about the safety of our educational staff. Our safety is important too. We should never have to fear being in a classroom with an aggressive student. Everyone's protection is paramount. Overly aggressive students need services to meet their needs, but I do not believe the safety of other students and the educational staff should suffer. Lastly, Governor Greg Abbott holds some accountability in the safety of our students and our staff. For years, our schools have suffered unfunded mandates, which have included pay raises. Our basic allotment, which funds our day-to-day expenses, have not increased since 2019, even though we have had rising costs on absolutely everything, including new unfunded mandates. This is 2024.
Let me say this. I had to pause it here because even in the state that she's in, right, potentially being permanently blinded in one eye, even in this state that she's in right now, she's still advocating for the children. Yo, like these type of people are special, man. My heart goes out to her. These types of people are absolutely special on this planet. I don't even know what we would do as a community, as a country, as a unit, as parents without teachers like this. Yeah, you're going to come across some bad teachers here and there. Yeah, there are some teachers who probably have never been hired or do not deserve to be in a place where they are stewarding over your children or our children, right? But the ones that do, man, the ones that are, they need to be highlighted. She's a crowning jewel because even in this state, she took it off of herself. She took it off of herself and still made it about the children. She came at the governor. She came at the governor like, yo, where is our funding? Where is our money at? We ain't had money since 2019. We haven't had a budget increase since 2019, and our school and our children are suffering as a result of it. Yo, people like this are a dime a dozen, man. You don't find educators that still pour out their hearts and pour their souls into their careers and into their schools and into these kids like this on a daily basis. Not like this anymore. When I was going to school and coming up, yeah, I had teachers that I could lean on. Yeah, I had teachers that I could tell cared about me, right? But slowly but surely over time, that has gone away. And yes, I understand it because kids these days are unruly. They go unchecked. They come in classrooms with attitudes. Right? They come into the classrooms thinking that they know everything. They come in entitled. They come in selfish. They come in unprepared. They come in stanking. They come in ready to fight. They come in aggressive. I'm just telling the truth. And we all know that it stems from problems at home. 8 to 9 times out of 10, that kid is suffering through something at home, and it starts with the parents. We all understand that. But for y'all to push these kids off on these teachers and these schools, and your kids have to go to school with them and sit next to them and deal with these unruly kids, man, I just think that the teaching profession needs an overhaul. It needs an overhaul. Their budget needs an overhaul. Teachers have all my respect. My kids know that if I get a call from your teacher, it's bad for you. It's not bad for them. I'm not the parent that's going to come up to the school and start arguing with the teacher and talk about, what did you do? What did you do? No, I'm checking my kid. First and foremost, you getting addressed. My kids know that. That's not the same. I can't say that for every kid across America. Some of these kids come in there knowing that their parents will come up there, fight the teacher, fight the principal, fight the superintendent, fight other students, fight other parents. So they come in with entitlement. But teachers like this, she still found a way to bring it back to the students. That's incredible. I think that we need to support these teachers more. I don't know if there's a GoFundMe for her or something opened up for her to support her. I don't know if she needs any type of medical help. I am certainly going to look it up right after I'm done recording this and see if I can donate to that, because I just think that teachers like this and people like this, you just don't come across. You come across maybe once or twice in a lifetime. Teachers that actually really care about your kids. They care about, and then oftentimes, they care about them more than you do. I'm reminded of the case where we just had the older child sentenced to prison. I forget the amount of years that he has to do, but he essentially knocked out a teacher. And I don't know did she die, or I know he assaulted her over a Game Boy. And I know that child was suffering from some type of mental conditions. Yes, we need a better program, and we need better instruments in place, right, and programs in place to help these types of students that need extra mental help. But still, it's also incumbent upon the parents. It's also the parents' job. If you know your child is someone that needs help, that needs additional help, if you know they're emotionally estranged, they're emotionally unchecked, they're emotionally vulnerable, they off the chain, it's your job to get them in check. It's your job to get them that help.
I've been in education for 30 years, and I am a proud product of public schools. I believe in public school education, but what happened to me should never happen to another educator.
Agreed.
Mr. Abbott, release the funds, because you are also culpable for what happened to me.
Oh.
Thank you.
Look, release them funds. Release them funds. She deserves all the support that she can muster. She deserves all the support that she needs. And I hope for her sake, I really do hope for her sake, that a miracle can happen in her case and that she will not be maimed in one eye as a result of this. I really do hope that she recovers. I am seriously going to look this up and see if there's something to donate. If there is, I'll attach it to the video. But you all let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm going to get back to work on some of the other things that I'm working on, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.